The Greens leader, Adam Bandt, is speaking to the media.
The announcements from both the Prime Minister and Peter Dutton over the last 48 hours. Neither Labor nor Liberal have targets strong enough to meet the Paris goal of limiting global warming to less than 2 degrees. It is clear now that both Labor and Liberal have given up on meeting the Paris Agreement goal. The Liberals don't even pretend to care about it anymore, and meanwhile Labor's targets have us overshooting the Paris Agreement goal of limiting global heating to 2 degrees. The Paris Agreement goal of 2 degrees is critical because scientists say if we overshoot 2 degrees, climate change could become runaway and nothing that our kids or grandkids do will be able to stop it. And meanwhile, with the Liberals completely ignoring the Paris Agreement, Anthony Albanese is outcrying Paris crocodile tears when his targets won't meet the Paris Agreement goals either. Both Labor and Liberal are now committed to more coal and gas, opening new coal and gas mines in the middle of the climate crisis, and that's why both Labor and Liberal are on track to blow the Paris Agreement. This confected debate between Labor and Liberal about 2030 and 2035 targets hides the fact that both of them want to keep opening more coal and gas, and neither of them will do enough to stop runaway global warming. We're heading to an election now where the Liberals want nuclear and more coal and gas. Labor wants more coal and gas as well, and only the Greens are pushing to stop new coal and gas mines. No matter what the Prime Minister, no matter what Anthony Albanese and Peter Dutton say, whatever their targets might end up being, they both want to keep opening coal and gas mines. That is a recipe for blowing our climate targets and for runaway climate change. Just on one last matter. The step from the United Nations to push for a new deal that would involve a ceasefire is an important step towards peace, and governments, including Australia, need to now put pressure on the Israeli government to accept it. What has become clear is that the Labor government is very good about saying words, but they're not prepared to back it up with action. Words are easy. What counts is whether the Israeli government feels under any pressure to commit to a full and permanent ceasefire and stop the invasion. There's things that Labor can and must do right now to put pressure to bear on the Israeli government to ensure that there is a permanent and lasting ceasefire. Over the last 48 hours, under pressure from the Greens, there's been some incredible revelations from the government. We now know 3 things. The government has confirmed that Australian-made weapons parts are being used in F-35 fighter jets that are dropping bombs on Gaza. In addition, the Israeli military and government has ordered another 25 of these F-35 fighter jets, and Labor says it's continued to be prepared to supply parts for them. Labor must immediately join the other countries around the world, like the Netherlands, that have stopped providing parts for these F-35 fighter jets that we know are going to be used in attacks on Palestinians. Other countries, like the Netherlands, have said that they won't supply those parts. Labor needs to now do the same. Labor has confirmed over the weekend that Australian-made parts are being used in these F-35 fighter jets that are finding their way to Israel. That needs to stop. Secondly,
Adam Bandt, the Greens leader, on a range of issues from the Middle East to the targets, the climate target row. He says neither of the major parties are going anywhere near strong enough when it comes to their 2030 goals.